What's going on, guys? I'm Jake out here with Wilshire Gun. I got Peter Howell with me from Sig Electro-Optics. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tango 4s. We got a whole gambit. Peter, why don't you tell me a little bit about them?
Tango 4. So we can pretty much cover everything in your entire lineup for rifles and stuff like that, from carbines all the way up to long guns on the Tango 4 line, from a 1 to 4 power all the way up to a 6 to 24. Multiple reticle options. On the Tango 4 style, you got 4 different reticle options that you can choose from a 5.56, 7.62 horseshoe reticle, to a 300 blackout horseshoe reticle, to an MOA milling reticle, an MRAD milling reticle, and then a 5-gun reticle as well. So, or sorry, 3-gun reticle. So this is kind of our standard Tango 4 line right here. It comes in gray and black. You see, first off, you got a rev counter here, so if you want to dial, you're going to know where you're at in your revs. Every one of our Tango 4 scopes comes with a free SBT turret. So you send us your ballistic data, and we're going to burn you a turret for your scope within your load data that you've got built up for that gun.
Pretty good
deal.
You're
running the same load for everything you run on. So the Tango 4 line here is good for those, you know, carbines and stuff like that, 3 guns. Anybody that wants to do an SBR type rifle, it's a great aspect for that. One of the good things about this is you can run it on the horseshoe reticle. It's just going to have a little red horseshoe lit up on it, so you can use it as a red dot, and then when you need to crank over from power for a 4x optical zoom, you just run your power selector over, and then you're ready to go for 4 power, and you got that horseshoe reticle as first focal plane, so it's going to make everything big, so you can see what you're doing and get
see where you're shooting. Yeah. So what happens if we want to go a little further? What do we got over there?
A little bit longer gun, you can go to our, we have a 3 to 12 and a 4 to 16. This is our 4 to 16 right here. Everything's on a 30 mil tube. Same thing with the ballistic turret and the cap. You get all that. You get your rev counter right here. Load dispersion glass. We got a great objective lens on there, so allow you to kind of get a good light contrast and clarity that comes through it. A diopter adjustment right here, which is fast focal please. Once you get into our 4 to 16 line, you start getting a parallax adjustment, and then your illumination control. Our illumination is super easy. It's an on-off, so if you find your happy spot during the day and you want that red dot, you just click it off when you're not using it, and then flip it on when you're ready to go. All of our scopes also have that MOTAC availability, so if you leave the scope down for 2 minutes, all your electronics are going to shut down. As soon as you pick up the slight in of movement, everything turns back on again to the original brightness settings that you set it at.
Okay.
So then if you guys are doing for long range scopes and you don't want to spend a ton of money on a scope, we're going to keep this about $1,200 line for a 6 to 24 first focal plane scope, 30 mil tube. That thing's a little animal. It's probably our #1 selling tactical scope that we have at Sig. I can't say enough about that scope. Great glass, fantastic reticles. We have an MRAD and MOA milling reticle, and then we have our own Devel holdover reticle that we've built for
Okay, what are we
scopes.
shooting here today as far as reticles are?
So I haven't looked. This is a 5.56 7.62 blackout reticle. This one here is a MRAD milling reticle, and I think that one is as well.
Okay.
So that one is, I definitely know that one's a MRAD milling reticle. So.
Well, let's see what they can do. Let's get them down range.
Yeah.
How about that?
Guys play with it. We got a whole crew of guys here to play, guys. So, see what we can do.
All right, I'm on it.
Impact.
Boom.
We got probably
it's right on there.
Yeah, 10 mile an hour winds. So you're holding a little bit left edge, I'm assuming.
Yep, just a little bit.
Impact.
Again.
Impact.
Perfect.
Tagging them.
And
Hit it again.
oh, it's right there.
One after another.
Oh, that's too easy. That's awesome. You're looking at a scope that's running right in that 500 to 550 range.
Yep.
And you could do everything with it. I mean, this is built. This is an AR that I built, and it's got a Noveske 10-inch barrel in it, and it's got one of the Sig silencers, the direct thread steel.
Yep.
And it's just permanently pinned and welded, so it's a 1-stamp gun. And I set this up for 3 guns.
So this is a 4 to 16. It's going to be a little bit more for the kind of Predator type 5.56 rifles. This is our 400 Elite that he's running right now. This is Tanner's kind of coyote gun, target gun. So.
Got the 5.56 titanium can on there. MRAD reticle, shooting Sig 77 grain match ammo.
Boom.
Hold towards the side. Are you holding left edge?
Yes.
Bring it over more a little bit. Everything you're doing is left edge.
The wind started getting very
Tanner, ring that middle plate 300.
So the last one here is a 6.5 in the 620 or 624 power.
Yep, there we go.
Left edge. Hold left edge. Impact. Impact. Come up another 0.2.
Last round.
Impact.
Yep, she's right dead center on that.
Perfect. What do you think of that scope?
Dude. See, the glass is surprising. I mean, for what really amounts to a budget tactical scope, and there in comparison, the glass is incredibly precise.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here watching watching the bullet just basically shatter itself on the steel. You can see it. It's pretty impressive. It feels like a scope that would be in a much higher price point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing that I loved about the Tango 4s. I thought on this is I wanted to build a budget shooter.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just a base Savage, Model 10. I mean, it's nothing sexy, silencer and stuff, but the scope kind of fits the price point. I'm not all the way in on it, but it still does what I need it to do.
Yeah.
And it's great. Tango 4s, they go out the door the second they come in.
Yeah, that's
And
definitely our #1 selling scope.
because it's a great price point option. Most people don't need, I mean, they can. Obviously, the Tango 6 will do it too, but for a price point for people, just to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the
Absolutely.
big thing is we sell a lot of these to folks who are just learning this stuff.
It's great for, like you said, just those guys that are wanting to do it, but they don't sure that they want to commit to a big setup yet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a great way to learn and go. And not only that, but a lot of people will get name your price point mid-range, like typical, like a Vortex, some of these other stuff they'll get. They end up trading and selling that off later. This, I get another one, I'll go and I'll keep this and I'll put it on another one, or I'll keep it on this build. This is a scope that I'll keep for,
No,
ever.
it's light enough still where you can use it as a hunting rig, hunting scope. Stuff
Do
like that.
everything
It's not
with it,
gonna,
yeah.
It's not a heavy scope, but it's a scope that has all the functions and necessities that you'd want in a comp gun and then a hunting scope as well.
I mean, it's got a first focal plane reticle in it. It's got illumination, really solid illumination.
Zero stop.
It's zero stop system, the SPD turret deal that you can do. And of course, this has got the DevL reticle in it, which if you want to talk about that one, I mean, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, DevL is a fantastic reticle. It's a reticle that we designed so it's not crazy busy like some of the other reticles you find out there. When you get into it, and you just get lost in the reticle completely. So this is going to give you a clear outline of your numbers, your drops, and all that other stuff. So it's easy to take a shot, acquire what you did, move and make adjustment to your impact, and go from there. So
it's really cool. So,
yeah, we're quite pleased with that reticle.
Yep. So all in all, I love it. I think it's great. I love this rifle. It is a ton of fun to shoot, and this optic just brings it all home. So
Tanner, ring that middle plate 300.